Welcome back to Pres Co. I'm the BiznessPres and we're studying the daily trend. What we can see in the daily trend is a macro trend reversal. Let me show you. Let me have a dig into the market. So we got Bitcoin, we got Ethereum, we got XRP, we got a few of the other ones that we were looking at throughout the other day, and we got a nice juicy one at the end just to show you exactly how this all could unfold. It's a bit slower with some of the macro caps, some of the bigger coins, you know, the top 10, top 20, top 100 even, you know, they move a lot slower. So we can see that when these things set up, they can take a time to unfold. And even if we get in late, we can still catch a decent swing. And that's what we're doing. We're catching the trend. We don't have to catch the top. We don't have to catch the bottom. We're catching the in-between, the trend. And looks like the bottom is in. Does it have to be in? No, it doesn't have to be in. We could still see one more dip, one more capitulation kind of run, although the setup doesn't look like that's about to happen. The setup, we've had this big impulse and a correction from it. So we've got the trend line going up. That's the bigger impulse. Now, that was very quick. And what happened next is a slower consolidation. And what happened is we just broke out of that. And we're above the 50 on the moving average. And we're above the 50 on the RSI. And we just got the green cross. So these are buy signals for me, and this is happening on the daily chart, and we can see in the 4 hour it actually played out a lot earlier. So I actually managed to nail these lows in my trading account. I've been hodling the whole time, but in my trading account, I've seen that we were making this W pattern, and we just broke out of the neckline. So what's most likely about to happen is we retest somewhere in the middle. If we draw up a fib, probably the 618 to the 50, and then we will see continuation of the breakout. We just broke out of consolidations. What we can expect is this move all over again. And where's that going to send us? It's going to send us into new all-time highs, potentially. As we can see, this is our resistance zone, and this is where we'll be taking profits. We don't have to get fully out, but from where we are now, it's 40% swing. And you can see a couple months ago what happened last time. We don't really watch the 4 hour chart as investors. The 4 hour and the 1 hour charts for traders. But we can see here that on the macro scale, Bitcoin is looking bullish. So we didn't break down, we broke up. And what's confirming that is the RSI is breaking out of the trend line and the MACD is crossing up. Let me show you here on ETH. We've got the top, we've got kind of a head and shoulders played out into a W, and we just broke out of the W, so I expect a retest of this here neckline. I was saying yesterday we didn't quite come down to the 618, we came down to the 50, and that's a great place to enter. You know, but we got even more confirmation. This is a W pattern at the end of consolidation, and we broke out and we're sitting around the 50. Okay, ETH doesn't look quite as bullish yet because it was much more bullish as Bitcoin before. Bitcoin didn't quite reach the top. We nearly pulled back to the moving average, but what happened here is we got the divergence on the RSI. Okay, we've got bullish divergence, we come up to the 50. We could still get rejected here. So when we're thinking of what's about to happen, what are the odds of what's going to happen next, you know, up, down, or sideways? The odds are leaning towards sideways, if not bullish, because in Ethereum, here on the MACD, we just got the cross. We were talking about this yesterday. We got the bullish cross, and near the zero, all right, near this zero line where the histogram is, if we're bullish at the zero, I mean, look what happened last time. We crossed the 50, bang, across the 50, bang, across the 0 here, that's where all the momentum came in, and then we could see it topping out. So it told us when to sell as well. And now it's telling us to buy, and we can see that the bulls come in. So if you've been holding, keep holding. If you bought the dip, great time to buy. Great time to buy. Some other things like B chain is still sitting quite low, still sitting in the buy zone. We're at the 50, we just got the cross up here on B chain. So this is much more returns right now. They're getting into something like Ethereum or Cardano. Cardano is sitting on top of the all-time high. It's doing the same thing. It's doing a W on the 50, under the 50, and getting that cross up, that bullish cross around the 0. So if we get the MACD could go sideways here a little bit, but if we get any kind of positive action, then we can see positive price action. We see this kind of triangle breakdown at the top, but what did it break down into? It broke down into a bull flag consolidation. Alright, parallel channel, where price action just sits in. And right now we're testing resistance. So ADA doesn't even look that bullish, because we can get, and we do get rejected at 50 quite a lot, especially buying from the 40. You know, we can either see a continuation pattern, a breakout, or a reversal. So no man's land at the moment for Cardano. You know, if you've been holding it, I'm only holding a little bit because I kind of sold the top, but we pulled back to the 50, its previous structure high. We broke it, we flipped it as support, and that is a great time to buy. And we can see wave 2 for ADA. And where can this go? I mean, it can go quite high, $5, $6, $10 even, you know? So yeah, these things can really take off. These things can really take off, and this is the setup. Okay, this is the setup. This is how they take off. This is where the money comes in, at the lows. Well, we were studying XRP yesterday too, and look, we've got this consolidation. It broke out, and it's at the 50, and we're getting across. So we're seeing the bulls come in, we're seeing price, we're seeing the indicators respect everything. It looks like we're going to break out of this long-term pennant, this long-term triangle. And in a few of my previous videos, I've mentioned that there's a similar setup to this, and we can see what happens, 200% price pump. You know, so we're looking at similar setups. So if you're in my group and you're buying in back here, where I was making a lot of my content, we're in a good position. You know, if you took some profits here, bought the dip here, even better. Easier said than done. But that's why we watch the daily trend and look at our indicators, because they tell us what's going on. We don't have to sit there and get all emotional and look at the hourly and be like, oh, it's just pumped so much, but we're getting like a double top. Look at these wicks, that's going to come down. Whereas it's going to come down, it's going to come down here. All right. Aave, same thing. We got the bullish divergence. We've seen it play out, and we can see this. We can see it. We can see it happening. Polkadot, same thing. Big bullish reaction. These are 1, 2, 3, and a bullish engulfing, and we look to be continuing. These are 3 huge bullish candles. And we've got the indicators on Polkadot, but what I want to point out is a lot of traders use this. It's the moving average. All right, we can see what happened before. You know, this is the setup before, long sideways range. We break out, we retest. That looks like Algorand right now. You see what I'm saying? This is Algorand right now. Algorand could do this, you know, it could next. So, and when these moving averages get in formation, we can see, all right, and then we start to top out, we range here, and then we bear out and consolidate. And now we're flipping them, okay? They all come under the 200, but then we get above the 200, and then we start to print W's, and then we seem to be moving up. So we can still go very sideways for a little bit here, all right? But while these moving averages get in bullish formation, then we can see price action of before, and it happens very quickly. And like I've been saying, 3 months is the end of the target. You know, we want to be taking profits at the end of 3 months. Look at that. Look at that. That is juicy. That is juicy. That is juicy. All right. Chainlink, this is more of the macro scale that I'm talking about. You know, this thing is over years. Years. 1,000 days. 1,000 days, that's 3 years, all right? When you see bottoms, the top, bottom, the top, bottom, the top. We're getting up bottom and we're about to go towards the top, okay? Where could this top go to? All right, well, we've got the top trendline resistance, our target zone, all right? And we can map out some fibs and you can see where the fibs finish. So that's the target. $200 Chainlink isn't out of the question, all right? So if you, it's like $35 Australian right now, that's a 2x, 3x. That's pretty good, but not great, because the return of XRP is far, far, far more than Chainlink. You know, XRP is still under all-time highs. XLM I don't have with me at the moment, but that's another setup. Axie Infinity. This is what just happened to Axie. All right, I was in this trading last night, and I got out early, so I was supposed to close half of my position, but on Binance I closed all of my positions. I'm still new to Binance and it sucks. I prefer Bybit all day. Axie Infinity, you know, we can see what happened here. We bared up, we bottomed out. My head and shoulders. Hey, baby! Fives. What am I doing, bud? Pardon? Making a video of what?
Of Bitcoin.
Bitcoin! Yes, sir. Woo! So this just happened at Axie. Alright? Massive. And let's see the setup. Alright? We got the trend line, comes from the top to the bottom on the RSI. Alright, it capitulated here, and look what it did. They had inverse head and shoulders, and then we break the 50, we test the 50, and push up. And this was a massive move. Massive. It was a 100% move. And where's it going to come down now? Well, it's probably going to bear out to a previous structure high. A previous structure, somewhere here, between these tops and the previous bottom. It will come down, it will do a bottom, and then it will go again. Most likely, most likely. I mean, we've seen how fast it can move, you know, and that's what's happening to Algorand right now. You know, it was in this channel before, can't fully see it. It was in this channel before, it topped, it bottomed, it topped, it bottomed, it topped, it bottomed. It flipped it, it broke out, and now it's retesting previous highs as support. This is a bullish setup, and I am scaling into this position on leverage on Bybit. Let's pull it into the 50, you know. Don't have the indicators up. Oh yes I do, Algorand. Yep, here we go. So we see we're bottoming, we pulled into the buy zone. Okay, we'll probably get some divergence here on the histogram on the Jupiter pendulum. Shout out to Nick at Crypto. Jupiter Crypto, so we've got the green tag, we've got the top, and we can see what happens. So we've got the pullback to previous top. This is a great time to get into Algorand. One of the most fundamental coins, World Economic Forum. We'll shill it, and yeah, just bullish setup, bullish setup. So this is great. This is great, and this is what we're looking for. This kind of price action, very quick, very short, 100% in a couple of days. This is what we're looking for, all right? So we see the setup, we buy it, and we can set targets, you know. So we can go into CoinSpot, you can go into Bybit, you can go into whatever, and you say, right, we're going to buy here at $1.50, $1.60, we're going to buy under $2, we're going to sell over $2. The first target's going to be at $2.40, and next target's going to be a little bit higher, and we just see what happens, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what the market's doing at the moment. And this is what we're playing and how we're playing it here at the Presco with BiznessPres. So we see the indicators, they're breaking bullish and price is supporting that. All right, that's all for today. With this video, I might make the macro video. It's a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth, but I covered most of it in that. So maybe, maybe not. All right, thanks everyone for watching. If you like it, smash the like, post a couple comments. If you've got a coin that you want me to do some TA on, I'll do it in my AMA coins. All right. Yeah, maybe. High fives. Finished. You want to say see ya?
Yeah.
Go on then.
See ya.
See ya. See you guys. Thank you. Bye.